Welcome to Holistic Human Performance Podcast. My name is Jenna Bradshaw, where we talk all things holistic health, wellness, spirituality, fitness, meditation, energetics, and so much more to help you become the healthiest version of yourself. Let's dive in. This is not medical advice. This is simply to help you on your journey through health, fitness, and wellness. I hope this helps. You can complement this with anything that you are doing currently in your life. Enjoy. What the holistic human performance community has turned into is something beyond words. I am so grateful for each and every single one of you. And I wanted to talk about what the community is all about. And really, it just started with me going through a really low time in life, where I did not have my health as a 2-time cancer survivor. And I really leaned into holistic health, that lifestyle, changing everything about it. Really taking a deep dive into energy medicine and spirituality and combining all of these different aspects of mind, body, and soul together that helped me heal on a deep level. And now I am following out my soul's mission and purpose and bringing this to you all. And so I want to invite you inside of the holistic human performance community. We have an app, which is the HHP app on Apple and Google Play, which you can also get all of these goodies on the desktop as well. And really what you're going to find inside of this community, I call it the Virtual Wellness Center. It's going to be all about holistic health, spirituality, energetics, all different practices, tools, modalities. So we have things like sound bath meditations, we have breath work, we have tapping series, we have workouts, we have somatic healing, we have masterclass series, we have programs. I have other professionals come on inside of the app to teach. So there's so many cool things you get inside of this community. And so I wanted to give this to you all as a membership. And what you're getting is a monthly membership where you have 300 plus on-demand videos, plus live stream classes and programs and courses. You're literally getting all of these incredible tools to take with you wherever, whenever you need. And so for $33 per month, you get access to this. Or you can do annual, which is $320 for the year. You're getting all of this inside of the Holistic Human Performance Virtual Wellness Center. And not only that, you could try it out for 1 week free and cancel whenever you want. So these are things that are going to help reprogram your subconscious mind, you regulate your nervous system, keep you healthy and navigating life with full life force energy, and really helping you to express yourself authentically while also enhancing your health and your well-being so that you can find and follow your soul's mission and purpose. So I invite you inside of this community. It is so beautiful and juicy. And not to mention, we have a whole section inside of the app where it is a community forum so we can chat with each other and talk about our wins, what we're going through, and so much more. And I don't know if I mentioned, if you are a one-on-one coaching client, you get full access to the entire Virtual Wellness Center membership. So I invite you inside of the HHP community. Again, you can get your week free trial on Apple or Google Play or right on your desktop at holistichumanperformance.co.
Welcome to the Holistic Human Performance Podcast. I am your host, Jake Santora, Astrotherapist at Holistic Human Performance, where we conduct a variety of different astrological practices, our main primary one being Astrological Narrative Therapy. And this week in this podcast, we want to hone in on this new concept of astrology and therapy, as I'm personally still growing in the modern psychology field as a therapist. but also have been an astrologer identity for a few years as well, and truly find the connectivity between psychology and astrology, and also scientific spirituality, not losing form of the spiritual gods and goddesses that consume us and are around us. But what I want to focus on is more an astrological lens, at least in this episode. And I think the main topic that's been coming up a lot in our community, and something that I've been resonating with and attempting to aspire and educate the market on, the depth and psychological soul blueprint that an astrological birth chart can provide. When we say it's the map of the unconscious mind, I don't know always if that sets in with people, that there's psychological urges and thought forms that exist in the planets and the zodiac signs. And then the houses themselves are going to represent life experiences that we are going to experience in this lifetime for the betterment of our evolution. And Billy's excited in the background there for astrological lenses, so apologies for his excitement. But the reality does set in, right? That this is the map of the unconscious mind. And with that map, what do you want to do with it is part of the narratives that we want to tell ourselves internally and bring that to the forefront of our life experiences. And when you can really lean in to find more of the harmonious energy by leveraging the cosmetic forces within your chart, it is captivating where life can take you. And that's where law of attraction, this scientific spirituality, can come in, right? What do we attract, instead of maybe more discord moments in time that we can set in our psyche with these energetic fields, to more harmonious ones? It's part of the transformation and transformational process of our energy, our soul, and that comes with the mind. So having a map, the astrological birth chart of yourself, is just so powerful for some of the key components that people talk about in modern psychology and in therapeutic practice, which that's really around perspective, clarity, and looking at our ego, right? From Sigmund Freud to Carl Jung, and what they bring to the table of those psyche as well is powerful to bring into the conversation of astrology, in my opinion. But with all this in mind, we want to really just lean into this aspect and this thought idea around astrology to see if it's different for the community or different for yourself. And if it is, I think you can really leverage our services, of course, but just for yourself, getting an astrology reading or opening up, these apps and experiencing and exploring will just allow you to sit more within. So the conversation, as I mentioned, that really has been coming up in the community is around all these different planets above us right in this moment where they are, right? Mercury, when it enters retrograde, is a big topic for people, or a joke. The sun, we do our seasons. It is important, right? As the sun passes through these zodiac signs every few weeks. And right now we're at this moment, we're in Cancer season, right? And this makes those that being born right now sun sign Cancer. But I think sometimes there's a misbalance, and that's probably this Libra sun in me, of so much emphasis right now in the astrology community around that, right? The external. And I've seen that come up in modern psychology, or when we enter therapy for ourselves, for others, right? Sometimes we get caught in the pattern of pointing outward and not so much inward, right? If they just change, or if I get this, then everything will be good on the inside, when the reality is it starts from within. So we will not, of course, in this moment, share that it's not important to know where the planets are above us, because it does create and alter the quantum field, right? The collective energy field that we're all experiencing. And there is true research and there true validity that the collective field with the planets, retrograde Mercury, sun, different seasons, right? How everything passes, right? Moon comes in, Neptune, what they're in, for how long. There's errors of these energies being in some of these signs and the planets being in those signs. So the concept I'm getting to, though, is if you're just getting into astrology, focus on the chart first. There's just so many people that only know their sun sign right now, and then they do discuss and look at different things of what's going on above us. But I just think it's too simple until you actually look within. So start at your chart is really what I want to hone in and let and represent and know that the 10 planets are psychological urges. It is your authenticity. It is your identity in this chart. And it's one thing to learn these signs and know what every single one of your planets are in, but then what house are they in? It's your next level. The house, the energy, what's the energy feel like? What are my life experiences that are happening with this energy? Where's it showing up for me? Why? And then you can even bring in the last form of aspects. So aspects, there's squares, there's semi-squares, there's sextiles, there's oppositions. They play another factor of these energy channels between the planets, which aka again are psychological urges. A map isn't simple. A map is truly powerful. And the external of the planets, yes, is important. Again, I'm not expressing that with passion of not leaning into those things or being aware of them, but I'm more saying if you're fixated on that and you don't know the chart of yourself enough, you might just be missing the boat on an astrological upgrade for yourself. And that requires a tremendous amount of effort, not just from an intellectual standpoint to learn, right? Be dedicated daily to just learn this new language. What does this system mean? But once you look, then it comes to the real work and the spirituality and the psychology of how do I rewrite this script? How do I transmute this energy? But from me within, right? Emotions are thoughts to behaviors. They're manifestations from the energy field inside you. And again, the eras we go in are fascinating. So if you're an advanced astrologer and you know this, you're probably already doing it. I'm around some really incredible people. And I'll say I don't focus so much on these eras. I've studied and been blessed around people that do, that have taught me a lot of when Pluto was in a certain sign for some time, the different things, or when Uranus entered this for everybody above us. It does have an impact on the collective experiences, of course. It is powerful. And there is the quantum field. But the energy inside you, the life for yourself, it's you versus you every day. Why would you not look at a chart? Why would you not look at the map? And if you only have so much energy in a day and so much time in the moment to dedicate to astrology, go to the chart. Not Mercury retrograde, blame that this happened because of it. It's like, no, I'm gonna go look in my chart. What is my soul talking to me in this moment? What is it saying? And then lastly, when we think the collective, right, progressions and transits will affect your chart. So there is this incorporation, of course, of the transits, but again, the collective element of what these planets are in is good to know and create the collective energy and quantum field. I don't want to get called out by a bunch of well-versed astrologers, and I'm not on the side of we're not needing to be aware of it because, right, those transits are where they are right now above us, is inflicting my chart. My chart. So again, knowing my chart, what is being activated in my chart by those above us, not, oh, the collective energy of this sun in Cancer will do this. Important, yes. Awesome, helpful. But again, if you don't know enough just yet and you're not willing to go within, you're missing a major opportunity to completely change your life. And those that might be, right, we can all hold each other accountable, myself included, to go a little bit harder in this aspect.